Okay, now I have the link to the virtual classrooms, thank God. I'll click on the link to enter what's called the sessions page. On the sessions page, you'll notice that the screen in front of you has the word sessions, and below it, there are names for the sessions. These sessions will be organized by time and their status. Also, on the left, there's something called filtering by status. When I have a lot of sessions here, like 20 or 30 sessions, some have ended, some are what we call past sessions, some are upcoming, some are available, and some are repeated. I have a lot of options, so I want to start filtering or searching. To search, I need to set a range for the search. Do you want the upcoming sessions? The word sessions, and under it here in sessions are names for the sessions. These sessions, we will unify the time, and its status is perfect. I also have something on the left called filtering by. Filtering by status. When I have a lot of sessions, some have ended, some are past, some are upcoming, some are available, and some are repeated. I want to start filtering or searching. To search, set a range. Do you want upcoming or past sessions, or sessions within a specific time frame? For example, sessions from March 1st to 7th. I use filtering to get sessions. You'll find 3 conditions here. This is the list. Clicking shows the sessions link. Another link is recordings to access them, or the past sessions that have ended, or I want sessions within a specific time frame. For example, I want sessions from a specific week, like from March 1st to March 7th. So I start using the filtering option to specify and get the sessions I want. I can filter and sort to find the sessions I need. Okay, now we'll see together that you'll find this list with the 3 conditions you see here. We call this the list. If you click on it, it shows the sessions link, which brings up the sessions you see. There's another link called recordings. So from here, we can access the recordings. For the recordings, the sessions or lectures that have ended, if we click on the recordings, you'll notice that all of these are recordings, and these are the dates of the sessions that were held before. Now let's go back to the sessions. We can click on the list and choose sessions so that I have the sessions available. Now, we'll start looking at them together. Creating the session, creating the session. Now we're going to create the session, and then we'll choose, for example. As you can see here on the left side, this is the page where I start to set the options and settings for my session. The options and settings for the session are below, so I'm going to come here to the session name and have to write a name for the session. Anything here that I might not have done, we didn't implement it. But you notice here that the name of the session here is called required, or here asterisk, meaning date tag means it is telling you it is necessary. It is necessary to put a name for the session. Without a name for the session, if you go down to the create button, here it is. If you hover over it, you'll see a red circle. And no matter how much you click, it won't create the session. The create button is disabled. Why? Because I must first put a name for the session. When I tried to click on create, it told me that a session name is required. So I'm going to write first session here. For example, today is the 5th of Ramadan, 1443, just to distinguish it. But for you, this session name is very important. It's not just about writing it down like this. It's to make it easier for yourself to access the sessions and their reports. It's better if you write something like, for example, lecture or first week lecture if you're giving 1 lecture a week. If you have 2 lectures, you might say first lecture of the first week. Accessing the sessions and their reports, it's better if you write something like, for example, lecture or first week lecture if you're giving 1 lecture a week. If you have 2 lectures, you might say first lecture of the first week. From the first week, naming the session is crucial. It's not simple. It helps when you have many sessions on screen. Session naming is key. It simplifies everything. Write the session name to see 3 options below. The first option is event details. It makes it easier for you. If I have many sessions, I can identify what I want because I named it right, which allows me to reach my goal without looking for dates or anything else. Everything is simple. I'm going to write this name, and when you write this name, you'll notice that the create button becomes active, didn't set the other options. The most important thing was the session name. Below, 3 options appear. Hovering shows the session details. Details include start and end times. The create button is now active and has no issues, even though I haven't specified anything for the other options like start and end times. But the most important thing for it was the session name. What was the most important thing? The session name. Let me just check if there's anything else. There's nothing here. You just write the session name, and you'll notice that under the session name, there are 3 options. The first option is called event details. When you hover over this option, it refers to event details. This session has what details? The details like start and end times and the things under the word event details. Clicking the second option, Session Settings, reveals more details, also called Session Settings. We'll explore these now. The third option is Attendance Reports, which shows more options when clicked. Each icon has related details underneath, specifically for the session. These 3 options pertain to the session. Let's start with Event Details. Every session needs a start and end time, regardless of guest arrival. For example, to create a session for tomorrow, select the 28th and ensure it's set. Setting up Attendance Reports, and if you click on it, you'll see a set of options. So, each shape or icon in front of us has details underneath it. These details are specifically related to the session. These 3 options are all related to the session. Let's start with the first detail or the first part, which is event details. Event details. Any session must, regardless of the guest's arrival now, we leave him for a while now. Any session must have a beginning and an end. When does it start and when does it end? That is, if I want to hold a session tomorrow, for example, I would choose from here the 28th, and I have to make sure that I have the 28th here, and I am the 28th. And my session tomorrow starts at 9 p.m. and ends at 10 p.m. I've set the start and end times. Why set start and end times? Setting the start and end times doesn't mean when I start at 9 p.m., the system closes at 10 p.m. It means access link, highlighted in blue. You see the Arabic Language College, what is this? Students find this link in virtual classrooms. I set the access from 9 to 10. What does it mean? It means students entering at 9 find the lecture link. When I present my lecture, the time will be 10 o'clock, and the system will close at 10. It refers to the access link, highlighted in blue. For example, the Arabic Language College. What is this? Students click virtual classrooms to find the Arabic Language College link. Access is set from 9 to 10. What does it mean? Students entering at 9 find the lecture link. Students enter at 9 and find the link. They can enter from 9 due to 10 nigh. At 10 d and 1 second, the link disappears and students can't access it, even if you started at 9. You see, for example, the Arabic Language College. What is this now? This is the student link. When the student clicks on the virtual classrooms, they find this link called the Arabic Language College. So I set the access from 9 to 10. What does that mean? It means that the student who enters at 9 will find this link, which is the link for the lecture. I'm naming it the Arabic Language College, for example. So the student will enter at 9 and they will find the link. They can enter at 9 kong, 9, 10 or 9:30 up until 10 kong. They will find the link. But when it hits 10 kong and 1 second, what will happen? That link will disappear, and therefore the student won't be able to access the lecture link, even though you started at 9. And you might be sitting in the lecture until 10:30. So if you finish at 10:30, does that mean the system will kick you out of the lecture at 10 wow? No, that's just the access link. The access link is for all the students who will enter the course and access the virtual classroom to find the link available during that time from 9 to 10. I just want this part to be clear to you, especially the access part, the access link to the virtual classroom in front of the students. And you might be sitting in the lecture until 10:30. So if you finish at 10:30, does that mean the system will kick you out of the lecture at 10 cows? No, that's just access link. The access link is for all the students who are going to enter the course and access the virtual classroom and all the necessary details. They will find the access link readily available during this time from 9 to 10. Please ensure that I just want this part to be clear to you, especially the access part, the access link to the virtual classroom in front of the students.